I'll do you. Hey, everybody. This is Eddie.
And that's Eugene, and we are
Middle-Aged Barbarians.
It's getting nice harmonic feel to it. Yeah, it's good.
We can start adding little tones and little ups and downs.
And if we have guests, we can add them to the core.
We can do a quartet.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
A barbarian quartet. That'd be a party.
That'd be a very nice party. So yeah, like we told you in previous episodes, there are material components to D&D. So we would like you to talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, basically, today's episode is going to be starting gear, stuff that you need to get your game going.
And first of all, it's a very broad statement because, to be frank, you can actually play D&D with just a scrap of paper and just the reference document for the rules, which is a bit of the hard way to start.
No. We'll go over a bunch of different options that you guys have so you can start. Basic thing, you just mentioned it, you need a piece of paper. You need somewhere to put your character, your stats, your abilities so you don't forget. Actually, you know what? I think you don't even need a piece of paper nowadays. You can just take out your cell phone and have all your stuff.
There are apps for that,
written down. You can download something. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. The basic is your character sheet.
Something like this. This is an official one. And it's got place for all of your stats and all of the mechanics for the rules you're going to reference when you're using your character. And it has a nice layout for other cosmetic and more social stuff about your characters, more lore.
Although, to be honest, I've looked for these online, and there's a bunch of people that make their own versions, and you can find, if you're a wizard, you can find something specialized to have your spells and everything organized in a way. If you have just like a fighter, you don't need as much paperwork. It's just one sheet of paper. There's a lot of different options, a lot of people doing a lot of creative things out there, and look for it. Do whatever you want. With the paper.
With the paper. But yeah, at the end of the day, we recommend paper. I mean, we have done both, having paper and the digital version as well. That has worked.
Paper, hands down. Hands down. Something tangible, something you have in front of you that you can write down.
But I mean, sometimes, what's going to happen a lot of the times? When you're not on the session, you're going to experiment on your character. Sometimes having the digital version helps. So that's nice.
But now, how do you make your character?
Well, you need rules and stuff to reference that.
You need books, unfortunately. Here we have the D&D 5th edition core rule books. What are the core rule books, Eddie?
Well, it would be the player's handbook, which has everything the player needs to know.
Am I in your way?
No, you're not. I don't know. If you are, it's cool. I mean, you don't have to see my ugly face. Just look at those gorgeous tomes.
Look at those, man. Look at that finish.
The Dungeon Master's Guide, which is what the Dungeon Master would use as a reference to create the whole world, the ambience. And the Monster Manual, which is separate rules and stats for the monsters, which are usually... When you say monster on D&D, it's not necessarily something monstrous per se. It's more of the antagonists. So sometimes there will be good monsters, but that's the sort of nomenclature has come upon.
Sorry.
It's pretty aggressive, man.
Well, you said good monsters. I don't believe in good monsters.
Oh my God.
No such thing as a good monster.
No such thing as a good monster. No.
So you need core rule books, but you don't actually really need the books. You mentioned a little while ago, SRDs. System reference documents. I remembered.
You did remember, yeah. We rehearsed this a little bit.
Just a little bit. And thanks to the, OGL, the Open Gaming License, you have access online to the basic rules and minimum options. And you can even take from there to create your own traps, your own challenges, your own skill challenges, treasures, all that. You can make your own. But having the books helps a lot.
A lot, and it's more cosmetic, it's a more streamlined experience. The documents are very bare bones. It's almost like a legal document per se. But like Eugene said, when we talked about the character sheets, a lot of people have taken those documents and made their own versions online. There are HTML references that are cross-referenced, and they're very, very...
Excel spreadsheets
that have the rules. Yeah, there's a lot of complex stuff done by fans there. But we do recommend the books are a good start. I mean, there's a reason they are still used and not just the digital versions of stuff. Dungeons & Dragons also has subscription services to the digital tools, which are pretty cool.
That's up to you guys if you want to get into that.
But to be honest, the other thing we would like to talk about is how do you play your how do you visualize what's going on? Because the character sheet is the rules. You have rules for that. But most of the time, you don't actually, like we said, you don't really need it. But it's recommended to have some sort of a grid, a space where the characters can move beside. The rules make references to 5-foot squares. These are supposed to be your 5-foot squares, and everything happens in that context. And you need something to represent the stuff that's going on there.
So for that, you can have little minis. You don't really need minis. I mean, these are some nice painted polymer minis.
You can even use something like stationery to represent this will be our hero, and this clips would be the evil goblins that are gonna be fought by the hero.
Make the noise, make the noise.
I wouldn't make the noise. Under rehearsal, I made some weird noises, but no. Yeah, this is combat. Or you can make it like...
You can use coins, like we mentioned before. You can use, I don't know, beans, popcorn.
And yeah, we have this nice painted decorative grids. You can even be a very plain grid that either you trace yourself or you printed it in like a large format. That's good stuff. We even have a bit of a rig to project you'll see it when we come to it, to project even digitally grids or play on monitors. There are a lot of options how to do it. The most bare bones experience would be like a basic sheet of paper and something to represent the characters. But the minis are pretty cool, and there are a lot of options for those.
And as you can tell, there's different sizes depending on the size of the monster or the character. This would be a large, and if you check out on the grid, it takes up 4 squares. So that's how you know. It's all in the books. But that's pretty cool, and it helps you keep track of where they are. Actually, I used to like when we used to use like little snacks as monsters. Yeah, it was great, man. Because as soon as you kill the monster, you have a little snack.
You ate it, yeah. There was a piece of popcorn, and yeah, I mean, especially it makes sense when it's like really smallish monsters.
You use M&Ms, although be careful because they will melt even if they're not in your hand.
Yeah, they would. Yeah. Well, we live in a very hot area, so that's why they melt. But yeah, and as for settings, you can actually make like really nice cardboard settings. This one have spaces for the figures, and they have a nice terrain that you can play with. But these are very advanced. You will get the hang of it. But at the beginning, you can be very, very basic. Like beans and a nice sheet of paper, it's a good option.
Yeah. So now we have character sheets. We have the core rule books. We've got minis and grids.
Grids.
What else do we need?
Well, you need something to generate random numbers. That would be the very, very dorky way to say it, but the fun way to say it.
Say it with me now.
It's dice.
Dice. I love making noises. Now, role-playing games, D&D, there's other systems use different types of dice, but D&D is known for those weird dice that people throw on the table that nobody really knows what they are. Actually, you know how you can tell if somebody's played a role-playing game before?
They say the name of the number of the faces of the die.
This is a die 6.
This is a die 6, not just a regular dice, a die 6.
And you can tell, can I say normie? You can tell the normies from the gamers because they'll call this just a dice. But it's not, it's a dice 6.
It's a die 6.
So we have different types of dice. I don't know if you want to tell them a little bit.
Well, that's a die 20. They're platonic solids, if you're into that sort of stuff. They're the regular platonic solids. It's a 20-sided dice. This is the main dice you will use to see if you you succeed or fail on your actions. This is a die 12. It's a very sub-used dice, but it makes sense. It's for very...
It goes through different numbers. You have die 4, a 4-sided, a 6-sided, 8-sided, 10 and 12. And then you have other games that use 30-sided dice. You have 100-sided dice, the percentiles. Usually from 4 to 12, it's either for weapon statistics and just resolving combat.
Resolving stuff.
And then your main friend is going to be your die 20.
Die 20. You're probably going to get a lucky one. One that is... Oh, this is actually not a... This is a counter from D&D. It's from Magic the Gathering.
It's still a die 20.
No, it's not. It's different. I'm going to be very anal about this. This one... You can tell if you play Magic the Gathering, it's not as recommended. It probably won't show on screen, but the numbers are consecutive. Here they're randomized. I mean, that's being very... Sorry.
That's fine. So you need dice. How many do you need? As long as you have one of each one, you're good to go.
They usually sell sets like this one that have one of each. That's more than enough for starting out.
And like we mentioned before, you really don't even need to buy dice. I have a dice app on my phone for like when I'm at work, I'm at the hospital or something, and I want to roll up something random. Just take out your phone, open the dice app, and there you go. And it's even easier because you can just program how many you want.
Yeah, you can. If you, yeah, for instance, some action needs you to roll 100 dice sixes. It's gonna be a bit laborious to do it with just regular physical dice. But at the end of the day, it's part of the fun to feel the plastic making noise on your hands. Yes, you feel the actual power of the. If you're rolling 100 dice sixes, it's usually as a very cool spell that you just did. So yeah, you actually feel the magic. Yeah. And well, Dungeons and Dragons, this company, Wizards of the Coast, has actually made a very, very cool.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor. It's just
hit us up if you want.
That would be pretty cool, but I'm guessing not now. Maybe later, when we're elderly barbarians.
Elderly barbarians. That would be a great show too.
Well, they have these starter sets that contain a little bit of everything that we just said. They contain the sheets. They contain pre-made characters sometimes, a small adventure to start.
It comes with the backstory of the adventure you're going to be running, the different challenges, the enemies, scenarios, maps.
A little bit of everything. And I mean, it's not as fancy as this, but it's a very good start. So
yeah, it's a great way to start.
And we do recommend that. But yeah, depending on your budget, it also makes sense for you to perhaps not invest as much as buying a whole bunch of books, a whole bunch of minis. And sometimes you can actually, for you people that are actually board gamers, you can actually repurpose minis from other games. At the end of the day, you can choose what's in your budget, how much you want to invest to begin. You can invest very, very little, like basically scrap paper using the open references that are online for this, and not even buy dice, which would be that's an option. And you can use a random generator from other sources like online apps or stuff of the sort. If you want to go a little bit more, try to invest a little bit, the kits are a very, very good start. And you can see if you like the game and then going with more.
Take it slow.
Take it slow because it's a very addicting hobby, and you would like to have everything. I mean, everything is very cool. The creators of this, either independent or the official creators from the main company, they're very, very good.
They know how to get you.
They know how to get you. Yes, I mean they're the same people that did Magic the Gathering, which is called cardboard crack for a reason. Yes.
So this concludes the first series of videos that we kind of wanted to do as an introduction to what is gaming, role-playing games, and all that. Next on our list to do is try to get a little bit more in depth. We want to try to focus on dungeon mastering, the rules, how to create, where to get inspiration from, kind of stuff we've been talking about, but really going a little bit deeper, a little more pro.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the best way to start, if there's no support network, there's no group, well, you have to bite the bullet and become the DM. That's usually the best way to make a new group. You have to be the leader. Yeah. That's basically it.
Be the host, be the DM. So, as always, we'd appreciate any comments. Leave a like, subscribe. Any questions you have, any criticisms, any compliments. We like compliments.
Do we?
Yeah. I think you look pretty good today.
Well, thank you. You lent me this shirt, so I guess you like its style.
Well, so we'll see you all in the next episode. We have been
the Middle-Aged Barbarians.
That's working out.
Yeah, the choir bit, it's good, yeah. Nice harmonic on the voice. I mean, you're the train singer, not me, so.
Anyway, we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.
See you soon.
Roll the dice!